Helo a croeso I M-SPod bennod 4. Hello and welcome to episode 4 of M-SPod. Yn y bennod hon fydda I Iwan Pitts, y Swyddog Marchnata M-SParc yn holi y Rheolwr Arloesedd Digidol Tom Burke a'r Rheolwr Ymgysylltu Chymuned Emily am Hac Iaith 2024. In this episode, M-SParc's marketing officer, Iwan Pitts, that's me, will be chatting to our digital innovation manager, Tom Burke, and our outreach and community manager, Emily, all about Hac Iaith 2024. Mwynhewch. Enjoy. So, Tom, is it true that Hac Iaith 2024 will be your first ever hack?
That is correct, Iwan.
Are you excited?
I am quite excited by it, actually. It's something that I was involved in previously when I wasn't working for M-SParc. So
Like you were doing some of the pitching?
That's right, yeah. So I pitched at the last Hac Iaith an idea for my business that I had at that point.
Higher,
that's the one, yeah. Really interested to see from this perspective now what it's like.
Are you going to be on the panel?
I'm not going to be on the panel, no, but we have got a really good panel.
Oh, can you tell us about the panel, please, Tom?
I can tell you a bit, yeah. So we will have Jeremy Evans from Welsh Government. We'll have Gareth Morlais from Welsh Government. We're hoping to have Dydd Iau, who works at Canolfan Bedwyr and Bangor University's Language Technology Unit. Pryderi, the MD here at M-SParc, will be on the panel. So a really good collection of people involved in language technology in Wales.
And presenting will be Emily, I imagine.
Yes.
Because this isn't your first rodeo, is it?
It's not my first rodeo. It is my third, I think, Welsh language hack.
Third rodeo?
Third rodeo.
Should we change the name to rodeo?
We don't want to be the cowboys.
We don't want to encourage cowboys to be entering the Hac Iaith or to be involved.
Or do we? That's a barrier to innovation, which there should be no barriers, I think, to innovation.
We're not cowboys, we're pirates.
Should we take a step back, though?
Natural enemy.
To, I mean, we're on rodeos already, but what the heck is a hack?
Yeah, what is a hack?
What is a hack? So hackathons are generally kind of seen when there's a need to develop a solution to problems, and you'll gather together a bunch of techie people, a bunch of people who may have an issue somewhere. You okay, Em?
Yeah, carry on. I did it really subtly, Tom. I was so subtle.
Might be like a healthcare hackathon, for instance.
We did 3 in 1 year healthcare hackathons once in the year of COVID.
Oh,
wow.
gosh.
Yeah.
And obviously there was a lot of issues around at that point, so we needed hackathons to help bring innovative people together to provide solutions.
Is it always collaborations?
Yes, I think that's one of the main things for a hack, is that you can bring different people together. So, for example, the Welsh language hack, funded by the Welsh Government, thank you. So we actually have money available, and the point is to get a pilot project. But we might get some ideas from people who they can't do anything with the ideas, but it's a really good idea. So we can be like, okay, we know someone who can do this element of it, and we know someone who can work on this bit. So collaboration is key for any hack, I think.
Yeah, so there's 2 elements to the hack. First one is just kind of an introduction to it all, chance for people to meet each other, to potentially form those collaborations, and also to find out a little bit more about what it's all about. And
okay, and that's the hour-long event that we've got on the 22nd?
Bingo, 22nd.
22nd,
12 p.m. Yeah.
3 points. So you can sign up for that through the Hac Iaith page on our website, through Eventbrite. You can get the tickets, we'll send you the link, you join in, and then you'll hear basically all about what the goals are for this particular Hac Iaith, and also you'll get to meet the other interested parties.
That's right, yeah. And again, that's the first stage, and then you might meet someone who can help you develop your tech, and the next stage is the pitching event, which is is it a week later, 2 weeks later?
I think it's only about a week. Yeah, it's the first of March, since David's Day.
Yeah.
It's a good event, which works well, because the point of the hack this time around is to support the Welsh language and to help, drive the Welsh language forward. So what better day?
Couldn't have picked a better day, could you?
It's like we planned it.
It's almost like we planned it.
So, no, it should be good. But I think it's really exciting because it's an opportunity to help Welsh learners. It's an opportunity to help Welsh speakers use more Welsh within tech, within their everyday lives. It's to make Welsh a living language. So yeah, it's exciting, I think.
Yeah, so if you've got an idea to develop some language technology to either push Welsh more into everyday lives for people, I don't know, it could be a chatbot or it could be some kind of app that utilises the language much more, then you should come along, definitely.
Can we talk about previous pitches and what has been successful in previous hacks? What did you pitch, Tom?
So when I pitched, we were looking to help run Chymuned, the Anglesey show, as a kind of hybrid event on our platform Hire, which is hire.live. If anyone wants to look at that platform. And the Chymuned...
I'm going to cut that out.
Read the full website out loud. www.https.
Log in here.
Yeah, so
the idea was a hybrid event to push that Chymuned into many more places across Wales. So all the parts of that show that wouldn't be seen on M-SPod, for instance, you could then go and watch online.
Yeah, because the show is shown on S4C, isn't it? Like in parts,
That's
like
it,
highlights of it, and also it's like an agricultural show, but it's not as big as the Royal Welsh.
Not as big as the Royal Welsh.
No, but it could be.
There's lots going on there, isn't there, which people don't know about, and some people might want to be involved, but they couldn't be involved, and that was the idea behind our idea for it. Unfortunately, we weren't successful, but we did come as runners-up. And I think one of the reasons for that is because we built a good collaboration team. You know, Chymuned were obviously on board. We had a few other people who were linked into it. So it's things like that the judges want to see as well.
You'd thought it through, hadn't you? Because I remember your pitch, like some of the pitches were, really good, but perhaps hadn't had the time to put together what you had done, which was the background and the team and sort of ready to go.
Yeah, that's it. So
stood out to the judges.
That's a good point, really. Make sure you kind of... give yourself enough time to plan that side of it out. And yeah, if you can think of people to collaborate with, that's fantastic. Get them in there. And we'll be here for advice on that as well. So
yeah, we can help match people up, can't we? Because we see all the entries and sometimes we'll have really similar ideas. So we can email them and say, hey, instead of going head to head, why don't you work together and make it a stronger pitch?
You can let people know about the overlaps and the best way to actually go about pitching.
Who to speak to.
And
also, on the 22nd, even if you don't have much of an idea or you have no idea about who you want to link up with, you should come along to that because we can actually tell you there and then. Yeah,
definitely. I think it's worth coming and just hearing a bit more detail about what needs done and also asking any questions, because I think it's hard to email questions sometimes and be like, I don't know who I'm talking to and don't want to give them a list of questions, but when we're opening that forum for people to do so, people are much more likely to be like, okay, actually I need help with this, and once one person has opened that gate, everyone's like, actually I need a few more questions.
Yeah, exactly. And it's very kind of relaxed, that side of it.
So.
And it's all online as well.
Yeah, you don't need to worry about travelling. You could be anywhere in Wales. You could be
Pan Wales.
It could be outside of Wales, I guess, as long as it's linked to the Welsh language.
So come along if you're in Patagonia and you've got an idea for some language tech.
Cool. Yeah, or China, Japan,
maybe New Zealand.
There's Welsh speakers all across the world, so this is a good way.
Also, it doesn't have to be Welsh speakers.
Yeah, if you can help Welsh learners or Welsh speakers.
Yeah, if you're maybe you're already working on something in, I don't know, a minority language.
Yeah, can you make it for Welsh?
Yeah,
very good point.
Quite interesting.
Yeah, and also, if you're not going to come to pitch, you should come and watch anyway, because anyone can come and see the ideas that are coming out of it on the 22nd or on the 1st of March. Because I think as well, even if you don't win, there's loads of people in the room, as it were, who are like, that's interesting. Even if it hasn't won, maybe there's something we can do there. Maybe we can take it forward. Maybe there's a collaboration. So there's a good chance to talk to other innovators as well and see what could come out of it.
It's the sharing of ideas, isn't it?
Welsh Gov are going to be there as well. It's not often you get a chance to speak to or see people from Welsh Government, so there's an opportunity right there.
Yeah, definitely.
So what about you? You've listened to Tom's pitch before. What were the successful pitches last time we did a Hac Iaith?
Rub it into Tom. So we had one really successful pitch when we were focusing slightly more on how to get the community more engaged with the Welsh language, was from Chymuned. We always call her Chymuned Mwydro because her company's called Mwydro, but that sounds like we're being quite insulting.
Yeah, it's a derogatory term as well, isn't it? Mwydro meaning to moider, to talk on, to babble.
What we're doing now, really, just...
Yeah.
But she came up with a really good idea, which was to make GIFs in the Welsh language. So say you typed Menai Bridge in, it would come up with a sticker that said Porthaethwy, so that young people could learn the actual words in Welsh for where they lived. Because I think sometimes young people can feel a little bit like, oh, it's cringe, like everyone's saying Menai Bridge, and if I say Porthaethwy, everyone's going to be like, what are you doing? So it's ways to make it more accessible and to make it okay to actually use the Welsh language day to day with your peers. So that worked well. We did workshops with young people and they got to create the GIFs and things. So.
Yeah, that's cool. Because there's hundreds and hundreds of GIFs that Chymuned has made.
Yeah.
And you can find them today when you're doing your little Instagram stories and stuff. If you want to find something relevant to you as a Welsh person, then you can find it. It's there. So it's really good to see like how we can help people like reach a wider audience and give something back as well.
It's out there, people are using it, it's on social media channels.
Yeah,
it's kind of a success story, isn't it?
It's living and functional and it's out there.
Exactly. And I think rather as well than think and look back on the winners from previous years, it's to look forward now and to look at your day-to-day life. What am I struggling with? What do I wish? Like, I've had to change to English to do that, or there's absolutely no way to do this in Welsh. I think that's the kind of thinking we need, is like, rather than maybe try and do a different version of something that exists, well, where's the gap? What do you think is missing? Because if you noticed it, other people are bound to be struggling. So there's definitely going to be some ideas out there, I think.
Does have to be innovative. That's something we should point out.
What does that mean, Tom?
Yeah, so you've got to be using some technology to help you create this platform, app, or whatever it is that you've got an idea for. And I think we've got kind of 4 or 5 categories. If you look at the form online, it has to involve.
I've got the form right here. Shall I read them aloud to you? Research and development, proof of concept, adding functionality to an existing service, creation of a pilot, or producing a new service or product.
Yeah, and then it has to involve some tech as well. So
yes.
It's like AI, software as a
These are just
service.
letters to me, Tom. There's VR, AR, AI, XR, SAS. I don't know what these things are.
So
Yeah, go for it, Tom.
Shall I?
Yeah, de-jargonise the whole thing for the layman.
So it has to involve, XR is like extended reality, which means virtual reality or augmented reality. So that could be something on headsets or something where your phone is scanning a picture and then something pops up on the screen, which looks like it's in real life. VR is virtual reality. You covered that one. AI is obviously artificial intelligence, which we know a lot about. SaaS, software as a service. So basically some kind of platform that people use. Apps, everyone knows what apps are. They're on your phone, they're everywhere.
And then data-based. What do you mean by data-based?
Yeah. So could be a way of sorting or making data more available to people using the tool. People who are involved in data science would be better at describing that one.
No, I like that. That was spot on, I think. I feel like I know what you mean.
Good.
So if somebody's listening and they're like, I don't know what XR is, or like, even though I've been, Tom's explained it to me succinctly in this amazing podcast that I listen to and subscribe to, I still don't think that this Hac Iaith is for me and people of my ilk. I am a Luddite, etc. To those people, would you still encourage them to sign up and have a look and see?
I think it's the idea that's important.
So if they're like, I want to do an app and I've got the idea for the app in my head, but I have no idea how
as
to
long
make
as
it
it's
happen.
realistic, I think. So obviously, if you know how to build it and you can build an app, you'll come along. If you've got an idea, I think what I would say is do take a little bit of time to do some research, because if you don't and we have to go and do the research for you and we don't think it's feasible, and you might be like, oh, that's not quite what I meant though, you need to do a bit of that legwork. I think that's the only caveat, but there's funding available, there's money at the end of it, so you're not doing it for nothing if you have got a good idea. So I would say to just do a bit of research and see wanting to put forward can be done. And then if so, and if it's plausible enough, we can help find those people who can do it. But we just want to see, okay, you can't do it, but you obviously know exactly what it is you want to do and how you would achieve an objective from it. That's the main thing, I guess. What would you say, Tom?
Yeah, I would say that. Also, just do a bit more research into, is there anything else that is like my idea out there at the moment? So you don't want to be coming along with something that's really well established, already has a really good Welsh language version for it, and pitching that, because you will have wasted everyone's time.
I think as well, if we're talking about presenting at the Hac and being new to it, it is worth mentioning that it can be quite scary. Like, some people don't like presenting and pitching stuff, which, you know, we can understand, and that's fine. And we want to make we want to make the Hac as accessible as possible. So if there's anything that you need specifically to help you pitch, we will do it. But also what we say is, if you have someone in your team who's really, really good at pitching, even if it's your idea, maybe you want to give it to them to kind of be the voice of it for the pitch, because you only have a limited time. And also, we're there to help you through it. So, you know, if something goes wrong, like you're trying to show us something on the screen and it doesn't work, or the internet cuts out or something, we're there to support any issues like that. And we don't expect you not to be nervous. So if you turn up and you're like, oh no, I'm clearly like nervous, but I've got a brilliant idea, don't let that stop you, because we're there to help you. Not everyone likes public speaking, and we don't want that to be a barrier to bringing a really good idea before us, I think.
So the pitching itself happens on the 1st, and we're going to decide on the day, or the panel will decide, who is, well, not necessarily like victorious, but like who gets awarded the money.
There might be more than one winner. There's been years where we've had 2 winners, so yeah.
So there could be. And yeah, I guess like in terms of the funds,
like people don't have to come in knowing like, okay, so there's £24,000 up for grabs. This is what I'm going to spend it on exactly.
Yeah.
But we do need an idea, I guess. Like, and that's part of the concept, is you'll probably know about how much you need to bring what idea you have to life, I suppose.
Yeah, and you kind of need to think about, as Emily said earlier on, is it going to be a proof of concept? Is it going to be a finished app?
It doesn't necessarily have to be like completed for that amount of money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If it helps you on the road to getting somewhere, then pitch away.
Yeah, and I think as well, people who haven't won the funding, if it is a feasible idea, we have been able to point them in the direction of other funding streams and other support as well. So it's not like, oh, there's some winners, goodbye everyone else. There is some hand-holding we can do, there's some signposting we can do, the support we can give if there's good ideas that didn't receive the funding this time around as well.
Exciting times.
People need to
sign up
on Eventbrite, obviously, for the 22nd event. Not the 22nd event, the event on the 22nd. We haven't done that many hacks yet. And then we'll put out another Eventbrite for the 1st of March later on. So that's 2 separate events they'll need to sign up to. And
there's also a form to complete to kind of tell us your idea. And I think the sooner that you can do that, the better, because you've got quite a few weeks now to complete that form.
Yeah.
But the sooner you do it, the more time we have to get back to you and say, oh, maybe you need to think about this, or maybe you need to talk to this person, and so on. And
so that form's not like the be-all and end-all of the idea. It's just your expression of interest, really. And then you'll actually have a chance to develop your idea.
And you don't necessarily have to come to the event or listen to the event on the 22nd to sign up.
No, if you think you've got it and you've understood everything, then but it is probably worth coming, because there's always going to be something that you might have missed, or something that you think.
Yeah.
There'll be information there for the 1st of March. We'll be telling you how to pitch. We'll be telling you what the judges want. We'll be telling you exactly the concept we've come up with. We'd
recommend coming to both.
Yeah. I think so.
And the day of the pitching, what should people expect? So
it's quite fun, I think. That's one of the things you should expect, because I think people come thinking like, oh, this is going to be like really dead serious, and everyone's going to be like, but we try and make it fun as well, because it's innovation, it's exciting new ideas, it's about collaboration. So people come along.
Music on last time, didn't
we? Did. We do tend to play Mae'r when we start, just to get people in the spirit of what we're doing or why we're doing it. And then you do pitch in front of everyone. So again, that's something you'd have heard on the 22nd as well, but it won't just be pitching to the judges, which some people before weren't expecting, because they hadn't come to the pre-events and they hadn't read through things. So yeah, you'll be pitching in front of everyone. You'll be given in advance your time slots and how long you have. And then, yeah, you'll pitch, and then you get to sit back and watch the other pitches.
Yeah.
And then we'll have a short interlude, and then, yeah, you'll hear from the judges.
So how long?
It's all online as well.
How long does all of this take?
It depends how many pitches there are, because we will shortlist them. Not everyone, I think it's worth saying, not everyone who fills in that form will be allowed to pitch.
And obviously the panel needs time to deliberate and
Yeah.
discuss.
Yeah, they're quite quick normally, though, to be fair. Good, about maybe a half hour, 45 minutes, and
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's not, so you wouldn't be solidly there for the full duration of however long. You could...
No, but we also take breaks and stuff as well. Like last time, I made everyone stand up and walk around for a bit because we've been sat down for about an hour. So we do try and kind of look after you as well and make sure everyone's comfortable and no one's getting bored and so on.
It's a nice event. It doesn't take more than about 2 hours in total. And like Em says, it's good fun just watching other people pitch as well
Yeah,
as your own.
yeah.
All right. It's going to be an experience for everyone involved.
Yeah.
Even if you aren't successful at any stage, I hope you still get something out of it.
Yeah, you definitely will. Even if it's just to practice putting a concept together and pitching, that in and of itself is valuable experience
Well,
as
it's
well.
such a short time and turnaround as well.
Yeah.
The other thing we could mention is that if you've won a previous hack or you've entered a previous hack, maybe you've expanded on that idea, you could still enter this one, you know.
Yeah, you could pitch pretty much just the next phase of whatever you pitched last time.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, you've already been successful once. Nothing's stopping you now. And also, if you pitched something before, maybe, you've tweaked it.
Yeah.
Throw it back in the hat.
You want to add on to it a little bit, expand your reach, maybe.
Yeah, definitely.
Good idea.
And also, is there anywhere to actually listen or watch the previous hacks?
On our YouTube channel, we've got the previous briefing and the previous hacks. It's probably not worth watching the previous briefing just in case you're like, that's what they're after and we say something different this time. But you can see some of the pitching and so on as well. So we'll put them on the website on the Hac Iaith page and you can go and have a look.
You can watch my pitch and find out how not to do it if you don't want to.
But you're okay with it, Tom. You learned and you had fun.
Yeah,
It's okay.
Not bitter.
No, doesn't sound like you are.
I'm sure your pitch was amazing.
You'll have to watch the video to find out.
All the details will be in the description of this episode, so click on the link and we look forward to seeing you there.
See you there.
Seeing what ideas you got.
See ya.
There you go, dyna ni. Mae cofrestru ar gyfer yr hac ar agor tan hanner nos ar yr 9 Chwefror gyda'r syniadau yn cael eu cyflwyno'r panel ar y cyntaf o Fawrth, dydd Gwyl Dewi. Mae hwn ar digwyddiad lansio ar yr 20 Chwefror ar-lein yn unig, felly gallwch ymuno o unrhyw le yn y byd. Registration for the hack is open until midnight on the 29th of February, with the pitches to the panel on the 1st of March. This and the launch event on the 22nd of February are both online only, so you can join in from anywhere in the world. Good luck, pob luck.